right, welcome to Rivals on the Pitch, the podcast where we go over Colombia versus Chile, and we stomped them out 4-0.
Wow, you waited. You waited.
Okay, no, that's not what we're talking about. Okay. We'll actually be reviewing match week 8. We'll go in depth with that since it is an international break, and we'll go over some international news, some score lines, like that one, and some trending news throughout the league, and see what we could take from that, and see what the future looks for some people. I'm Alan.
I'm Randy.
And I'm Pat.
All right.
We're cooked, man. We're cooked.
Really?
So no qualification, I guess?
Nah, I don't think so. I think we're dead last.
But okay, Argentina's in first, Colombia second, Uruguay third, Brazil fourth, Ecuador in fifth, Venezuela sixth, Bolivia 7. But then you don't need to know the rest from down there. Chile, honorable mention, last place.
Honorable mention, though, they're last.
Yeah.
One thing I don't like about these international breaks, the fact that, you have players wanting to play these World Cup qualifiers, so they fake injuries, or, they try not to get hurt, and you're like, dude, I get it. Like, you want to play for your country, and there's a pride in that, but, we're trying to win both leagues, trying to be at the top of both tables.
Well, on the last episode, you were like, let him cook. I clipped it.
Oh,
yeah, you're
like, let him cook.
My computer was on fire when you started. That lineup was amazing. It's like it's a pride thing when you have all these guys on your team. To me, at least for me, it's like, oh yeah, like all these guys are getting selected for their home countries, but it's a double-edged sword, If we were professionals, this would be our last World Cup, or second to last.
That's very true. Yeah.
Yeah, I would retire at 28. It's crazy.
God.
All right, should we dive into the games?
Yes,
let's
go.
I'm ready.
All right. And let the suffering
Continue.
begin again. Yeah, let the suffering continue. I've heard of a couple injuries coming through. Nothing's been confirmed yet, but we'll see how teams fare. There's been so many international breaks already, and we're only 7 games played in the Premier League. But we're back now, Saturday, October 19th, spooky season.
Ooh.
And we're starting the weekend off bright and early, 7:30 a.m. What time is 7:30 for you, Alan?
5:30
for him.
5:30.
So you're gonna get up at 5:30 to watch you get hammered by the Hammers?
I'll actually be at work at that time. So I won't be able to celebrate the 4-5 goals we're putting in the net.
You're gonna be own goals?
Oh my gosh! Nope. We're hammering the Hammers. Just gonna put that.
Wow, I think you're gonna be more like the nail.
Yeah, head to head. Total wins by the Spurs 26. Total wins by West Ham 18. 56 draws. Are we gonna hold predictions to the end?
No, it's 56 played, 12 draws.
Oh, 56 played, 12 draws. Okay, 12 draws. Should be a good game. I think West Ham kind of want to make a name for themselves, right?
Yeah, they every time I say something, they're gonna come out and beat us. But
jinx it.
Say it.
Jinx it.
Jinx it. Oh, they're gonna play great. They're gonna. I think. I thought they were gonna do a little bit better. There's teams I feel like they should have beaten that they didn't, but I think there's still a team that has a lot of season left that they'll make up ground with it.
Are you talking about Spurs or West Ham?
I think it should be a good game. West Ham. We're coming in second. I already said it. I already predicted it. They're coming in second.
It's a long journey from where you're at.
I called it last season. Nobody believed me. I'm sticking to my guns. I'm the prophet.
So their West Ham's last game, they beat Ipswich Town by 4-1 goals. Before that, they drew 1-1 away to at Brentford, and then the game before that was Chelsea. That's when Chelsea beat them at at West Ham's stadium, 3-0. So I don't know what to expect from this game. I thought they would do much better than they have done so far. But I just feel like Spurs there's no reason for them to win this. They did, as far as I know, they haven't suffered any injuries from this. So no excuses, Alan?
No excuse for.
But again, how many players from your starting 11 are in the international break right now?
Have you had dreams? Have you ever had dreams?
Oh my god! Hey, cut it out. I can't even say international. Cut it. Right, clip it. That's what you want to say.
About water.
Well, how many of them are in the international break right now? Do you think that's going to affect them when they come back?
13.
Tired legs.
13 players.
Compared to West Ham,
starting squad and your bench.
Yeah,
it's gonna be the majority of them. Like I said, it's the youngsters that aren't getting that. The ones that will be the healthiest would be the youngsters. Yeah, it's gonna be a difficult one. Pedro Porro's playing with Spain finally. Romero, trying to qualify for the World Cup. Dogi, Vicario playing with Italy. Dragusin. I guess I'm glad he's with Romania, but he doesn't play too much for us, so I'm hoping that's kind of balancing out. But Van der Ven with Netherlands, we have Spence who could probably step in. Madison, I don't think he was with the English squad. Kulusevski and
what do you think about
Solanke?
You think he's even playing? I mean, he's on the team, but I don't think he's actually getting minutes.
Solanke,
so I think he should be fine.
Yeah, I feel like the position he plays, it's in that box, that poacher type striker. He does drop back a bit, but I'm not too worried about him. I think his fitness would be good. To me, it's the wingers that I'm kind of worried about in our defensive line, because that's where we're getting beat. If those guys are tired and they're not covering the ground that they need to and defensively falling back, then it might bite us. But I'm hoping some of these youngsters can step up, get some key minutes, so that these other guys.
This is a chance to impress too,
right? I mean, and against a worthy, not a worthy opponent, but a similar, equal opponent. I didn't say anything.
Okay.
You're just waiting. You're just sitting there waiting.
Pat's his finger is on the button right there.
Yeah.
Clip it.
We have to be careful what we say now.
Yeah.
Clip it.
I hope. Ooh, I can't wait for that Arsenal game. I hope they get beat. I'm gonna clip all of it. The whole episode. No, I will say that I think West Ham might not have an advantage, but I think they do.
Oh, here come the excuses. All right, go ahead.
No, I'm not. Clip it. I'm not Arsenal. Arsenal's. They're the excuses.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, the grass isn't green enough. Well, we played on Thursday. Now we got to play on Sunday. Oh my god! But I think the depth that they have and the size of their squad, I think we'll see. They might not. It's kind of like the United Aston Villa game where United benched their players and they looked a little bit fitter in form on the pitch. Aston Villa looked a little bit more tired. I might see that, but I think the pace at which we play with the Ange ball, I think we're up for it. But I do believe we'll see a lot of substitutions. The starting 11 might be something we haven't seen yet, and I hope they're able to mesh and still play the same.
Do you think Spurs are going to try to go for the win, or just going to try to play it safe and maybe just
win?
Get it
Safe.
Because, like you said, your player, it might be a new starting 11 that you're going to be seeing.
We go all out, even if we're down to 9. We go all out. We don't stop. We're not Arsenal.
Oh boy,
we don't have that mentality. We don't have that small club mentality.
I think you stop at 5, and that's Europa League right there.
Yeah,
that's 5. What? 5 goals?
5th place. 5th place. You ain't getting a Champions League. That's where you stop right there. Europa.
You know what? I can't wait to see Liverpool in these next stretch of games because you still guys have something to prove. Because I'm not convinced Liverpool is them yet. I think you're a phony on the top of the table. Clip it.
All right, let's move on a little higher on the table. This should be a good game. This would have been a good highlight game, but there's another one that we'll get to. But keep this one in mind. This should be a good one. Fulham at home, 10 a.m. taking on Aston Villa.
If Fulham can play the way they played against Manchester City, I think it should be an outstanding game.
Especially at the Cottage.
Yeah, it should be good.
I'm hoping that the international break didn't kind of disrupt their rhythm, but I don't think so. I think Fulham's going to come back out, and I think they're going to keep rolling with how they've been. And
well, Villa had more. They had more international players, and Fulham does.
Yeah. Watkins and Duran. You think Duran's going to be able to still be the super sub?
He played tonight against.
Yeah, he scored.
Scored, yeah.
Yeah.
So this could be good or bad. He could be tired, but he's going to be.
But he's a young kid. He's like what, 20? So 20, he's got time. So I think it's not a problem for him at this stage.
But look at their squad. Their squad it's pretty, not, I won't say deep, but they got a good squad to cover down with some of that.
Watkins was not on international break, so.
Oh, he's not? Well,
you got one that was rested, and then you got the other one that was firing during the international.
I mean, they were both firing, so it's once they're going to get a little more momentum because he's still doing it while on break, and while the other one is resting a bit. But it's but you still got two deadly strikers there.
Should be good. All right, so keep this in mind. We'll discuss it later. We'll pick out the highlight game of the week. But
who do you think is winning this one?
All right,
let's save it.
Well, that's all right. Let's say because we're not gonna predict scores yet, but I'm gonna think. I think Fulham's gonna take this one. I think they're gonna hold their own.
I think it's either gonna be a draw or Fulham.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I feel like Fulham can pull it out, or it can be competitive, and it can end up being a draw. But it should be a good game. Ooh, this is another good game.
All right, relegation battle.
The battle of the bottoms.
Battle of the bottoms. Yeah. Ipswich at home, 10 a.m. same time. It's the same thing. These 10 a.m. games, man. There's just always 5 or 6 in a row, all at the same time.
But we know which game we're looking at.
But Ipswich at home, taking on Everton. Let's see. 10 games played. Ipswich with 4 total wins. Everton with 4 wins.
It's dead even.
2 draws. Yeah, this is pretty even. That speaks a lot. What do you guys think? Does Ipswich put up a battle?
I think Ipswich takes this one.
They're playing home.
They're playing at home, and they've done pretty good at home, yeah.
I can see Ipswich pulling out a win and making Everton, adding more misery to Everton.
This would be their first win if they actually manage to win.
Watch Ipswich. It beat Everton 2-up, and then they lose to Ipswich 3-2.
Is this their first? I thought they won one already.
I believe they won, or maybe it was a draw. No, they should have won a game. I believe they won a game.
Ipswich, no, they have 0 wins, 4 draws, and 3 losses. 6 goals scored, 14 against, -8. But Ipswich is 17, Everton 16, both just outside the relegation. So Ipswich, you guys say Ipswich takes this one?
Yeah, I believe Ipswich got it. They're playing home. So. They play really well at home.
All right, next game, 10 a.m.
The question is, will Brentford score early again?
Let's make a bet.
That's what everyone's looking for.
What minute did Brentford score?
So Brentford against Manchester United at Old Trafford, 10 a.m. Historically, Man United have the dominance at this point in time. I guess we'll have to see whether the international break did them any good or if it's going to hurt them more, though. Who did they lose to international duty? I don't think
they lost their left backs.
Martinez.
I think three of them are injured. But Fernandez got to be playing for Portugal.
Fernandez.
Whatever it is. Bruno, just Bruno.
Fernandes.
Bruno Fernandes.
Should be good though. I'm hoping Brentford takes this and just sinks them a little bit more.
Just want to add more pressure to Hagen, but I feel like Brentford could pull a shocker and get a win at Man U.
They're going to score within the second minute.
Would it be a shocker? the second.
It is at Old Trafford, but I don't think that means much for this team.
But look at what Spurs did at Old Trafford. Yeah, it isn't home.
I know Basuma was playing, so I wonder if Onana was too. But I feel like goalkeeping for international teams isn't. Not saying that goalkeeping isn't physical, but
the thing is, you have to think about the travel as well. It's got to be how many hours from there and then going back, time difference. It might have some play into it compared to other teams that are playing, in Europe, which isn't that far of a travel. So it might have some effect.
I guess, but I don't think I see a win. I like this is just like the Fulham game. I think it's going to either be a tie or Brentford take it.
I think Brentford take it. I'm being hopeful too, but
yeah,
we just don't. We're come on. Man U is one of our rivals. Of course, we want to see them suffer. But Brentford's playing well though, so you got to. That's why we're going with them as well.
And Manchester United just terminated Sir Alex Ferguson's contract.
No more
as
Fergie
ambassador. Yeah, poor man, they cut him off.
We'll see.
I think they cut the wrong person off.
Changes are coming.
They cut the wrong person off. That's what it is for sure. I think even Eric Cantona is like saying Fergie he should be allowed to do anything he effing wants with all the stuff that he's done. I think that's a wrong look, honestly.
But he's also 83. I mean,
yeah, I guess the point, especially where how football's.
Yeah, he's gonna get a heart attack watching these games with.
Sure. Maybe they saved them.
Got to lead to an earlier grade. Yeah,
maybe they saved them. They're like, you know what?
No, he can still go to the games.
Because they said he was still invited to come. Yeah, he said he's allowed to come.
He just he's not getting that paycheck anymore.
I just think 83 was it just like a BS role? He's an ambassador.
Probably.
Did he do anything? At 83 years old, he's probably more fit to be president.
Maybe he has like some input in in hiring or something like that. Maybe they'll ask him his opinion. I feel like something like that, but I don't think he has any actual authority or power. I think they're just being nice because of everything he's done for them to give him like a special title, which means nothing.
Yeah, I know we Tottenham had let go an older gentleman too. He was in his 80s. He was part of the scouting. But a lot of it is like, because we know the way football is changing is we're going to data and analytics and all that. Scouting wise, you still have the eye test, but it's like
just send a drone and look.
You're getting to the age where it's like, are you keeping up with the times? Do you? So unfortunately, I mean, it's gonna happen to all of us. Who knows? At that age, maybe it's just it's time to move on. Like he'd be this honorary guest. Be the legend you are, but we're gonna have to strip you of whatever decision makings you had. Not saying that he's crazy or what's Alzheimer's. Not like, but I mean, you get to the age where things are different and things are moving differently.
Yeah, it's a new company that's taking over, and it's just so they're trying to start their own own period, and that's away from Fergie.
But I will say that right now, at the state of the club, it does look like the worst time you can do this, especially in the middle of the season. Why don't you just wait to the end of the season? Or you should have done that in the beginning of the season when the club is in the turmoil that is right now and the lack of results that it has. This firing or reassignment or relieving, it almost seems like they're trying to, it's just bad timing. Because is it really going to fix anything that's going on at the club? Is that what this was meant to do? Or is it just like, oh, you know what? We don't want to pay you anymore. Regardless, it's like, it's just a bad time.
I mean, they were saying everything was just to cut costs down to save money. But I would rather cut players.
Wait until November, December. And then the winter transfer window, just be like, hey, club news, blah, blah, blah. But you do it in the middle of the week, in the middle of the month, during international break, as if you're trying to fix something. And yeah, like you said,
it makes it sort of seem like he's a problem in some way.
Mm-hmm. As it's after that Villa game, there was talks, and this is what was decided. But yeah, it's just not a good look. I get it. If it's financial, I get it. If it's his age, I get it. But they could have just spun the news. I mean, they could have just said, "Oh, he's just choosing to step down due to
yeah, or like, hey,
retiring when he's 83."
Yeah, we're like, hey, we're moving into the Ring of Honor or something, but like I said, with these match results, it almost looks like this is a firing. Like you said, after that Austin Villa with all the head honchos were there, it's like, this is what you guys decided? Is this really what is going to fix this club?
It was the wrong firing, honestly.
Yeah, and if it is anything that with as far as like nothing involving the results, then it's just flat out bad timing. But not my club, not my problem.
You want to have good publicity, though. You want to have good publicity coming into Manchester United to bring them out, to forget them, to forget about all these bad matches they're having, and you give them this news, just brings it down worse, brings it down level.
I just think it's. I know how bad he's been doing, but Ten Hag. But I mean, it's still pretty early. I mean, he could think some things aren't.
What, early into his third year?
Yeah, no, but I mean, into the season, if they already decided to stick with him, they're not going to choose to fire him 6-7 games in. You know what I mean?
But I think it's a 1-year extension they gave him because they're playing it safe. It's not like a grand contract.
He's 2 points behind Tottenham, who's supposedly doing great right now. 2 points.
No, we're not doing great.
If Man United beat Brentford and Tottenham lose, they go above you on the table. And then what did the story say?
Well, we just got to wait and see what happens on Saturday.
Then at that point, we just say, "Oh, there's plenty of season left."
That's
well, that's all he's been saying.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to the next game. 10 a.m. again. Jeez, I can't. What all the good games are 10 a.m. Newcastle at home taking on Brighton.
Another good game.
Surprisingly, Brighton have a dominance over Newcastle, but though Newcastle did not have a best couple of years, prior to the buyout. This one should be good too. Newcastle at home, always a tricky opponent. Brighton kind of been hit and miss this season, but they did come off that turnaround game where they were down 2-0 at home, and then they just scored these 3 super easy goals against
who? Remind us.
I don't know. Who was it? I can't even remember the name.
Can do you know who
was it that team that they drew against? Oh, no, that was Arsenal. I thought somebody was talking like they beat them, but never mind.
Oh man, they can only take points off of us with red card. God. They can only take points off of us.
The excuses.
Arteta's on the podcast, guys.
Yeah.
So yeah, this should be a good one. Do we have predictions?
I think Newcastle should pull it out. I mean, I feel like after last game, they have more to prove because it was basically theirs to win, but with the missed penalty, and they play well at home. I think it should be competitive, but I think Newcastle should be able to pull out a victory against Brighton.
Yeah, I agree. Newcastle take this one.
Yeah, I think so. Especially at St. James Park.
Can we just pass?
Pass this one?
Southampton and Leicester
at home, 10 a.m.
The question is, will Southampton get their first win at home? Will that help?
Yeah, well, because they're yet to win. Yeah, right? Southampton.
Yeah, they're still a winless team.
Yeah, they're second from the bottom. 1 draw. They have 1 point out of 7 games. 1 draw, 6 losses. Yeah, I feel like if they're gonna get any win anytime soon, it's gonna be here. Don't know if Leicester have much more to overpower them, but again, Southampton has just not been playing, like Alan said in the last episode. They've just not been showing a lot of fight.
No,
I feel like their confidence has got to be down. They just can't get it up, and I feel like Leicester is. Yeah, it sounds bad. This is brought to you by.
Now jump into
an ad.
Yes. But what's it called? I just think Leicester is going to add more misery to Southampton. I don't think Southampton is going to be able to win even at home. I just feel Leicester is going to be a little too much. Poor Southampton.
So Sheffield United last season ended with 3 wins, 7 draws, 28 losses. Do you think Southampton is going to...
Wait, how many wins?
3 wins.
Jesus.
3 wins, 7 draws.
I didn't think it was that low. I feel like Southampton might be able to get over that 3 win. I
mean, they only have 1 draw, 0 wins.
I mean, we got to wait for the January transfer window, but I think 3 wins is possible for them to overcome. I think they should be able to.
The way they've looked,
but they're going to get relegated regardless. But I just think three seems easy to do.
It's going to be a toughie.
Who are they going to beat? Who is Southampton going to beat 3 times?
Ipswich,
who are they going to beat 4 times?
And Spurs to get that 4th win.
They could beat Ipswich.
Yeah,
they could get like a sneaky win against maybe
like Manchester City or United,
maybe a Newcastle or.
I can feel them doing an upset. Honestly,
I mean, Wolves. They're on par with Wolves, right?
Yeah,
Wolves haven't won, but
Wolves has played better. They've shown that they can compete in this league, unlike Southampton.
Wolves just has to solidify what they're doing. Score the goals or score more goals, and then just stop conceding. But they do look like they play better. Where Southampton doesn't look like they have much going on.
They don't belong in the Premier League. That's how they're playing.
I don't think they get more than 4 wins.
But the thing is, they beat the 3 wins that Sheffield United had.
All right, now 12:30.
Up the cherries.
Bournemouth at home hosting Arsenal. Arsenal with yet to hear any news on Bukayo Saka came off injured during England's game. So
it's fake. That's why.
I feel like they're playing it safe.
He's faking it. Yeah, him and Martinelli
they're being precautionary reasons. They're just taking it.
And he's back. He freaking twisted his little baby ankles. Now he's back in London because.
Hey, I don't blame him. I don't blame him for that.
You see,
but it's not a World Cup qualifying game. I mean, if he showed up, he did his thing.
Yeah, he showed up to do what? Just to get carried off in a stretcher? That don't even show up that next time.
It's fake.
It's fake news.
They're faking it because they want to.
That we've already suffered enough injuries. I could care less.
What do you mean injuries?
Yeah, for real. What injuries?
We're
only
missing
Odegaard is the only one. That's it.
No.
You know how many injuries we had last season?
We had injuries too.
We don't want to hear
I'm just saying, listen.
Right,
everyone's making a huge deal about Rodri missing for City, right? And clearly they drew the next 2 games following his injury. Odegaard is as crucial to our team as Rodri is to City. I'm not saying they're equal players, obviously, and they play different positions, different styles, but they're losing Rodri is probably equal to us losing Odegaard. I mean, he's like the architect of our attacking football. And it's clearly affected us. Luckily, we've relied on our different attributes. But yeah, it's been hard. So like I said, if players want to go international duty to play these non-competitive games, I'm obviously excluding World Cup qualifiers. But Nations League, if you want to throw yourself on the floor 60th minute to make sure that you're okay for the competitive league, I can't complain about it. I mean,
but then it's like, why even go?
You get a couple minutes. You get your caps.
If you want to get a couple minutes, those couple minutes are useless. If you want to just pretend to get injured and then go back home,
no, because sometimes you just don't want to. Sometimes you want to, especially a young player, you want to get like minutes. You want to play, but you don't want to like completely tire yourself out.
A young player can play many games then. So why try to?
And
rest?
He's played. He played every single game last season except for one, I think. So, like I said, I just think like whatever you want to do and prioritize Arsenal against a essential friendly. I can't blame him for that. You know what I mean?
It doesn't matter because enough players are going to get injured, and Arteta's going to pull out the COVID card anyway. 2024
throwback.
Yeah. How do I get out of this one? Little snake.
But then again, you guys, it's your fault that you guys didn't get a suitable replacement for Odegaard. You can't say the same thing about Manchester City. Yes, Rodri's gone, but they have Kovacic, who came and stepped up. At least they thought ahead. You guys didn't think ahead like that, so it's all falls on you anyways for not getting a suitable replacement because you can't think that he's going to be injury-free the whole time. Things happen.
Things do happen, but at the same time, like I said, we do technically have one. He's just not really playing, and we haven't lost any games. So, like I said, if Arteta is going to work his magic, then work it. But the fact is,
dark arts.
The fact is, that we're obviously we have to play different without him.
And so hats off, because I mean, even though we're not supporters, but hats off, you guys have done what you needed to do. Win dirty. I mean, but but you're getting your points and you're still in the title race, and you're doing what you have to do with what you got. Hats off to him.
You have to,
and that's what you got to do.
Putting 10 men in the box.
Do what you got to do, man.
Yeah,
but if anybody else did it, when is Odegaard supposed to come back? What's his timeline looking like?
Well, he had a setback now, so I think on the last episode I mentioned after the next international break in November. Now it's looking more like December. So yeah, it's a unfortunate one. One of the best midfielders in the league.
You're exaggerating, I think, a bit, but okay. Well,
no, he is. No, come on. Even if you ask the players have all said Odegaard's one of the best midfielders in the league. Obviously, he's no Kevin De Bruyne, and different time frames too. Obviously, Kevin's on his way out.
No, Bruno.
And I don't know, but Bruno's had a terrible season this season.
Yeah, he looks tired.
Yeah.
That's what we tired because it's just mentally frustrating being on that team right now, and that can just affect your play.
Yeah.
Is Martinelli, is he hurt? Did I read that right?
I heard something, but nothing's been confirmed yet.
And Kai?
Kai's
okay. He just faked it too? Oh, okay.
Yeah, he faked it. He's like, oh no, my knee. He's like, oh, when
that's leg hurt. That's leg hurt. Need to get out.
Like I said, I want everyone there fit and healthy. So, but yeah, I think that we can pull it out. I think we'll win this one. It'll still be tough. I mean, Bournemouth are a good team, but I just think I think everyone's going to be looking forward to getting back. All right, so next game. Now we're moving on to Sunday, October 20th. Wolves at home against Manchester City. The Wolves finally get their win.
I feel like I can see it actually happening. I can see Wolves pulling up an upset and
a couple counterattacks.
Yeah,
maybe, but not enough. I think Wolves could lead it at one point, or it could be like 2-2, and then City just score that game winner.
I'm going to tell you what happens. 90th minute, ref holds up 5 minutes on the board. Man City with their pressure, they get a corner. Man City take their corner. And then at Nori with the speed, he's waiting at the halfway line. They toss the ball up to him. He runs all the way through. He skips past Ederson and scores a goal for Wolves. Then the ref blows the whistle. Wolves won. Manchester City 5.
Probably.
Clip it.
I think it's gonna be closer than that.
I believe so too. I think Alan said that Wolves could probably have the lead, but then after that, Man City could just probably, go on a goal rampage and win. But I feel like it should be competitive. I mean, Wolves do play well.
I think that there could be a surprise in here, but I just don't see it. I just feel like they've been so shaky. They've been too shaky.
But Man City have a lot of players that are on international break, so we'll see what happens. I think Wolves
I thought no excuses. Well, they should have been. What happened now? Well, they should have covered up. They should have covered up their holes. Then what happened? You can't say that about them. They have more
players. They still got Phil Foden. He ain't doing anything on the internet for England.
Is it Phil Folder? Or just
Foden.
Fold the chair.
That's what he's doing on the bench. But
he listens to this, by the way.
He does, really?
Yeah.
My name's Alan. Remember that. I'm a Spurs fan.
His parents let him.
They took the parental advisory off the radio.
Oh man! But let's hope they put up a fight, and let's hope they scare them a little, because City have been shaky the past couple games.
Everyone's showing that Man City is just a normal team. They're not invincible like everyone thinks they are.
Yeah. And we just got to keep hashtagging these 115. Just hashtag 115. Put the pressure on them.
Speaking of pressure, oh my God. Our
all right, Liverpool's finally, the struggle bus is here.
Is this the game of the week?
I think that's my second vote. That's my second vote.
The struggle bus is coming. Wait, that was a train.
That's a train.
The struggle train.
Come on, bro. You live in El Paso. You probably see a lot of trains over there.
Yeah, that's what the soccer team is called, the
locomotives.
No.
I think this is where it starts to get tricky for Liverpool. Honestly, we got a lot of important games coming up, big games. Allison is out, and I believe that Kelleher had a little setback with his injury. So we're got to see how that plays out.
I thought he was just sick.
No, but I think he got a setback maybe in during training or something. But I have to follow up more on that. But that's basically the biggest concern is our goalkeeping at the moment. If Kelleher is going to be the starter, or if it's going to be, I think it's Jaros, who is our third string.
But he's an experienced keeper. I mean,
yeah, he's an experienced keeper. He's been on loan a couple times, and they raved about him. He's been doing well on when he was on loan, and to come in on the last game like that and showing up, he did well. So, but Wolves against Chelsea, it's a step up in competition. You're playing at home, so hopefully the crowd will help out a bit.
If we look at the history here. It's pretty close. It's close here. 24 total wins for Liverpool, 21 for Chelsea, 19 draws.
Yeah, but you see that home 16, and we got to just hopefully that home court advantage can play into it. We got all our starters. I haven't seen any injuries updates on anyone yet, so that's good. But I think Chelsea's in the same boat as well, as they have players in international duty. So it should be a good competitive match, but I do see Liverpool winning, giving Anfield an advantage. But it's going to be a rough week, rough couple weeks.
Because after this, midweek, after you play Chelsea on Sunday, on Wednesday, you have to travel to Germany to take up RB Leipzig. And then after that, you come back for the next Sunday against Arsenal at the Emirates.
I know, it's like I said, it's rough. But this is what we signed up for. This is what you want to do when you get into Champions League. These are going to happen. This is what we signed up for, and we're prepared for it. I think we got good depth. We got coach with, yeah. You wouldn't know.
So you had players on the international break. Then you played Chelsea away at the Champions League to RB Leipzig, and then Arsenal. Are you resting players in any of these three, considering you had a lot of internationals?
Because you did say that was the issue when you guys lost. But the thing is,
if you've seen how Arne Slot has played, he's been taking out people, to give them rest. Like he takes out Trent Arnold out, and he's pissed off. But he says, "Look, we got a rough couple of games coming up. I'm trying to make sure our players get rested." I feel like that's going to still be the same process. He's going to take out players, midway or in the 60 or 70th minute to rest them a bit, because we got all these important games coming up. We do have depth, as I said. We have Endo, we have Curtis, Elliott. I believe he's still injured though, but we do have depth in every position, especially our forwards. But I do think we should be able to at least have a good run of games, be competitive, at least get some points out of it. But I think the key component here is our goalkeeping. The sooner we get Allison back, the better, because he's one of the best goalkeepers in the league, and with him, our team dynamic is so much different, and we play better when he's there.
Let's say you draw against Chelsea, and then you go away to RB Leipzig, and then 65 minutes in, you're 2-0 down at Leipzig. Then do you rest players then, or do you think he keeps them on with Arsenal coming up the following weekend?
I think based on our position in the Champions League table, I think we might, if it's 2-0, 60 minutes in, I think he might rest some players because of our position in the Champions League table. We're still, I believe, in a good position. But I think I got to see who we play next in the Champions League. But besides that, then Arsenal, focus on that. If that's the scenario, we're down 2-0, 60th minute, I believe he might rest players and get ready for the Arsenal game coming up on the weekend. But like I said, we have a lot of depth up front, so he might put in a Nunez and maybe he can go crazy, or Chiesa or Gabko or Jota, whoever's playing. If that is the scenario, I think we might rest. He has to be strategic in how we play and who he rests and who he plays, because like I said, we got 2 rough months. And this is what's going to help decide our position in both leagues, the Champions League and in the Premier League. Right now we're on first. We got to stay with the lead or as close to the top as we can once we get out of these rough games.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough to you. I mean, you have to win the. Considering you've been first this entire time, if you don't win it, that's bottling, right, Alan? Would you say that's bottling?
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Says the guys who have a bottle on their jersey, on the Arsenal jersey. You're already prepared for it, bottle in the league.
Last season you were first majority of the time.
Yeah,
you were, but Arsenal were viewed as even though we were second majority of the season.
But then you stayed second, right?
Well, that's what I say. So how's that bottling? But you were first majority. And
what about the other seasons where you're on top as well? And then Manchester City goes ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, just one. I'll take one. The 22-23.
Okay. But you're already prepared for it. That's why you got the bottle design on your jersey.
You know what?
Because you ain't winning this season.
You know what? Sunday, October 27th, 12:30 p.m. See you there.
Okay. I'll be suiting up. I got my cleats ready. I'm cleaning my cleats.
Okay.
Clip it.
How many goals does Cole Palmer score?
Ooh, Cole Palmer's on fire right now too.
3, 4.
Don't know.
Let's see.
Don't know. 4.
Don't know.
Don't know.
All right. So last game. This one's actually on a Monday, 3 p.m. Eastern time. Nottingham Forest against Crystal Palace.
Crystal Palace still hasn't won, right?
Nope.
Correct. BRB.
Plenty of draws, but
I think this should be a good game as well.
I think Crystal Palace gets this one. I think they get their first win of the season. Even though Forest has been playing pretty good, I think you got to give it up to them.
And they're playing home. I don't know. I could sort of see Nottingham Forest still winning this.
Yeah, I think so too. I think they.
But I think Eze scores a goal, but it's not enough against Forest.
I can't wait until he comes to us. I can't wait till we sign him in the winter transfer because we got to save him. We're coming for you, Eze. What number do you want? We got you. What number? What
he's block the number.
Yeah, right.
It's like, I don't want to go to Spurs.
He's like, I don't want to play with the phonies over there at Liverpool and play.
He knows he has a better chance of winning.
He's like, I want to play attacking football, so I'm not going to Arsenal. So what's left? Us.
And the Audi Cup. That's it.
Yeah, I was like, we'll get you a Tigers Cup. Don't worry.
Nottingham Forest. Yeah, I think they should be able to win. Sorry, Crystal Palace, but they're going to have to wait to get their first victory still.
I'm actually really surprised how bad Crystal Palace has been doing this season so far. 3 draws, 4 losses. I feel like with the I'm not saying they have a lot of talent, but with the amount of talent they have on that squad, I feel like they should be above, outside the relegation zone. Yeah, because I feel like
damn, look at that
Everton,
head to head.
Yeah, Everton, Leicester,
wow,
Ipswich. Like I feel like they should be above that, but they're not. They're right there, 18th place, sitting at 18th. But I think with them and Wolves, I think they'll turn it around eventually, and I think they'll get a relegation
I agree.
zone,
I think they have so much experience that they should be able to turn it around.
Yeah, it's just hard to see. And the manager's he was doing really good last season. They brought him in from, I think it was Frankfurt. He looked real good, and I thought this season would be different, but rough start.
All right. Should we choose the highlight game? I kind of feel like it's been chosen already.
Yeah, because you guys want to see me suffer.
Yes.
Yes.
You already know.
It ain't going to happen. It's not going to happen this weekend.
Phonies.
All right, so I'm going to put my vote in for Liverpool against Chelsea.
I'm doing the same. I think...
But I'm probably going with Ipswich and Everton. I think it'll be awesome to see those two battle out. Yeah, of course, I'll go with Liverpool and Chelsea. I agree. I believe this should be our real first test, especially since Chelsea is catching fire and they're playing well now.
If you lose this game, this could spiral.
Clip it.
This could snowball.
You know what I was going to say, though? It's funny that you say, oh, well, Manchester United wasn't a real test for Liverpool. But when Tottenham beat Manchester United, you were like, oh, no, but we deserve the credit because...
Yeah, I'm not saying that we deserve the credit because we did what we did what we had to do, plus more.
Oh, but Liverpool don't deserve the credit? It's not a real test?
I didn't say it was a real test. I didn't say it was a test for us. Okay. It wasn't a test. It was like... You do go there and do what you need to do. Same
a pop quiz.
It's kind of like Liverpool. Liverpool went in there and they won like they needed to win. It wasn't a test for either team. Or
You forget
we're gonna be second in the
Liverpool
league.
own Man U.
I can't wait till you guys play Liverpool and then United beat Arsenal. And, imagine, oh my god! Imagine the trash talk. Oh, I can't wait. I hope.
Clip it.
Do it, Eric. Do it for us, Eric. And no dentist appointments either.
I'll have no teeth by then.
No amnesia.
We'll record right after that. As soon as the whistle blows, we record. If they win.
All right, let's start top of the list here. Tottenham, 7:30 a.m. on Saturday against West Ham United. Alan, what's your prediction?
I want to say 3-1. 3-1 Tottenham, but I think we're gonna be a little fatigued. So I say
excuses already.
2-0 Tottenham over West Ham. Bring it back. Losing no more games this season. 2-0.
Oh, 2-0.
2-0. Okay.
Yeah. 2-0. Getting back on track.
All right.
Getting focused from now on. Climbing the table.
Slowly.
Let's get it done, boys.
And then just to go back down the ladder.
No, that's you guys. I can't wait. Can't wait for these games, Randy.
You're gonna keep waiting.
We'll see. Arnie Palmy. Let's see.
It.
Mr. Slot. See what he's got.
All right, so now we're moving on to 12:30. Bournemouth hosting Arsenal. I am gonna go. Arsenal are gonna win this one 3-1.
Oh,
sure about that?
No, 2-1. I'm gonna go 2-1. Yeah, 2-1. I'm gonna go 2-1 to the Arsenal. All right, and next game we have Liverpool at home Sunday 11:30 against Chelsea, Cole Palmer FC. Randy, should we start with Randy? Yeah, let's start with Randy.
Yeah.
Why? Save the best for last. Go first. For some reason, I'm thinking 3-1.
Ooh.
So,
3-1 who?
What a stupid question. 3-1 Reds, Liverpool.
If Chelsea
I do think Cole Palmer will score, but after that, he'll have his goal, but in the celebration, but it's 3-1 Liverpool.
All right.
If Chelsea win, are you gonna do the Cucurella song for us?
Yeah, you gotta sing it.
Who the hell's that? I'll be shivering to the Cole Palmer celebration because I'll be so cold because you guys will be bringing me down. All right,
Alan?
What's your
all right? Here we go. Let's see.
Cut the mic.
Let's see here. Neto, Felix, Jackson, Cole Palmer, probably all scoring.
Marduk score.
It's even better. I'm gonna say it's 2-1 Chelsea with the victory. I think the one time that having 150 players on your team is a benefit. So coming off of the international break, I think they're gonna have a lot of fresh bodies that they can use. And you had mentioned back with that Nottingham Forest loss that the international break. That was right. That was the international break.
Yeah, it was.
That
we learned our lesson, though.
Well,
hopefully, we'll see.
But I still think that they still have an advantage because
they got depth
that they have, and I don't think they have like the strongest bench, but I think they have players on that bench that are still good bodies.
So you said Liverpool 1, Chelsea 2?
I think so. I think it's gonna be a close game, but
I'm gonna go 2-2.
Yeah, I was gonna say draw, but I think Chelsea are on one right now. Unfortunately for the rest of the league. So there's gonna be only one winner for this match.
We'll see.
There is only going to be one winner for the highlight game. You're right. Yeah. And so because this is Randy's highlight game, if he predicts the score, it's 6 points. If he predicts the right winner, it's 2 points for doubling. And if you don't guess, if Liverpool draw or lose, then you get nothing. Is it?
Nothing.
And then Alan takes over.
Alan could take over. Season. There's still plenty. But that's if his Spurs win, too, all right?
Is
that the bus again?
Yeah, that's the moment up to the table.
What kind of bus chugs? You need an oil change.
The alcoholic bus.
All right, and that's an episode. Thank you so much for joining us on Rivals on the Pitch podcast. Looking forward to the Premier League coming back after that international break. These always seem so long, but super happy to have everybody back. Some good games ahead. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram. Keep up with the mini league. And that's it. Bye.
Deuces. Hasta luego.
Bienvenido a the show. Bienvenido a the show.